Hi everyone, Jim Rizoli here, gloating and happy as can be because Trump won, and it's something that I haven't had a feeling of euphoria in so many years. I can't even remember the last time I felt good about anything, especially the way this country was going. But I think what really bothered me about this election is the fact that everybody, or most of the people, media-wise, okay, what you saw on TV and the paper were against him. Everywhere you watched on TV and read the paper, everybody was against Trump. I mean, it was just incredible. I think what he accomplished is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't really even think people understand what he accomplished. I mean, you think about this, okay? First of all, say almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago, whatever, he decides to run for president. Everybody thought it was a big joke. All right, so now he's going to run. So now he's in there. And now, obviously, he has to go to a primary because there's like 15 other people running against him. All the media just said, nope, no way, he ain't going to make it to the first round. All right? But he did. He made it to the first round. And then, as time went on and people started listening to him, all those people started, his opposers there who were running against him, started to drop off. Then all of a sudden, he's the lone guy. So now he has to fight to get the GOP to even recognize him, which they didn't do this. They didn't recognize him through the whole thing anyway. And still some didn't, but again, some did. So he beats that odds. Okay, he actually gets elected, to run against Hillary Clinton. That's what she is anyway, in my mind. And then again, the media, comes back on. No way he's going to make it. This will never happen. This guy is this. He's that. So they bring all these lies and things against him. And I don't even care if they're lies. All right, let's think about this. I'm talking to this woman today, and she's all upset about Trump winning. And I says, I don't know. She said about some of the things he said about women and this and that. And I said, wait a minute here. Trump is not a politician. You're not complaining about Hillary's husband, Willie Billy here, okay, who's out porking every woman around, but you don't say nothing about him. He was a politician. He was doing this, getting paid by us. Trump never was a politician. He can do whatever he wants in his past life. I don't care. But you see how the double standard goes? They hold it against Trump, but they don't hold it against Hillary. All right, and of course Hillary stood with this idiot, okay, her husband. Now, something that not too many people are really recognizing here is the fact that it was like 60-40. Now, that's where he came from. You think people would have said, why isn't Arkansas voting for Hillary, I should say? They knew that he was a scumbag, and they knew what he did there. So that's the whole point of that, all right? People should have looked at Arkansas and say, what's going on there? But they didn't. All right, so now, the election's happening, and I'm watching this whole thing play out. I watched the whole thing with the elections until 3:30 in the morning. And I was watching PBS because it just didn't have all the commercials. All right, so now I'm watching the people who speak on PBS, who are all liberal loony birds. They've been smacking Trump down for the last year and a half, and you had to look at their faces at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, because all of a sudden doom and gloom. But again, it still wasn't called yet. But they saw the direction that all of a sudden all these red states are coming up, red states, and the electoral college number is going up and going up. I mean, you had to see it to believe it. All right, and then as it gets closer to 12 o'clock, 12:30, I mean, they still didn't know then, but and then the last state that I mean, he got some really big states, but then he got Pennsylvania, and that was it. I was like, okay, game over. But again, getting back to the majority of the people in the media who represent the media, they were all against him. All right. Now then, if you look at the vote, you'll see that Looney Bird, California, was obviously for Hillary. In New England, we have the New England states. Most of them were, I believe, all of them were against, or they were Hillary voters. And so when you really see where most of the voters for Hillary came from, they came from the East Coast, the West Coast, the East Coast and the Northeast, okay? But then we have this big swath, okay, of in the middle, okay? The big swath of states in the middle that they're all, practically all red, voting, for Trump. So what does that tell you? See, the media got it off, didn't they? They didn't understand that there's a rest of the United States that exists, but you don't hear from them too often. But you heard from them in this election. And they're right in the middle, okay, between New England and California. And they're the ones that actually, brought this, election, to go to Trump. So that was kind of good. So anyway, I mean, we're all pretty happy about that. And, I really don't have too much hope for the country, even with him there, because I think that, for the most part, the Jews run everything anyway, and it really is going to come down to this. Is Trump going to be able to deal with that and not go along with their nonsense, or is he going to be able to do what he said he was going to do? I have a problem with that. And I honestly feel that some of these people, these crazy people now, they're running against, they're against Trump now, out there picketing, we're not for Trump, and, we hate Trump, and this is probably going to get worse. I just hope something bad doesn't happen to Trump because of these loony bird crazy people out there that now don't want to accept him as the president. You see, I'm kind of worried about that. But, whether Trump succeeds in what he says he's going to do, I don't know. I mean, I would hope so. I think he has a big alliance with the Jews, and a lot of people close to him with the Jews, and I think that could be his downfall. There's two ways of looking at it. If he doesn't play ball with him, he could be in trouble. If he plays ball with him, we're in trouble. Okay, that's the way you have to look at it. At least I'm happy, you're waking up, you don't have this gnawing in your gut that things are just horrible. The American people spoke out. We, the deplorables, we're the ones that spoke out. He got elected, and we can only go for there and hope for the best. And if it gets worse, hey, the way I look at it, it can't get any worse. But if it does, you just have to grin and bear it and do the best you can in what you're doing in life, and try to be a positive influence to people around you and be happy with those around you. Well, anyway, everyone, I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm Jim Rizoli, and don't forget to go to my website, ccfiile.com, to see a lot of things that I have put together about a lot of different subject matters there. And you'll learn a lot about the most important things that I feel are important for people to know anyway. All right, folks, thank you, and we will talk to you later. Bye now.